Good afternoon, dear student. So today, as we are discussing the particular graph, different pattern of graph that we will going to have, and in this particular graph that we are discussing here, data visualization of matplotlib, and when we are having the matplotlib with the matplotlib, the data frame also today we are going to show to you with an histogram how we can create the data frame and how we can implement the values from the data frame and how we can work on it. So this is the thing that we can find. This is the part that we can find that we will going to have this particular structures, and we will going to work on this particular structures. Okay, so this is how we can see, this is how we can find it, that how we are constructing the structures and how we are making those structures to be worked with. So as we find that we have structures, we have this particular pattern of structures to be worked with. So each of these particular structures that we have, each of these particular structures that we are working and we are implementing, let us see what the program we have for today. So here you see that when we are having this particular pattern, when we are having these structures, what we find it, say in this particular program, what are the things that we have implemented. So import pandas as PD. Now in this histogram we have imported the pandas, and panda has been imported here as PD. Okay, so next another thing that has come, the matplotlib.pyplot. So matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So as we are calling the matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, so two things we have called here. One is matplotlib, one is the particular pyplot. So under this matplotlib, the pyplot that we have constructed, we find it here that how the thing will going to be done. Then you see here what we have done, that print slash n the new line, slash n for new line, and print data frame of values, that those the values what are there. So each and every values what we have. So what we are seeing it here, what we find it here, that there is a salesman, that we have given the name of some salesman, then we have given some sale amount, different sale amounts are there. After the different sale amounts are there, what is there, there is a quarter, how many quarters they are implementing. Different quarters has been specialized, and the district has been given for it. And after that what we have said, that df equals to pd dot data frame salary. Okay, pd dot data frame salary. So pd dot data frame salary means what, print df. So we are printing here the particular df, as we are printing here the particular df, those the df that we are constructing and we are making. See here, then slash n, then we have given print histogram creations. So this data frame we need to print. Let us see, then pd dot pivot table, df index, what index will be a salesman, values will be a sales. Okay, and dot hist. That means, see, this is another way that we are calling the hist here. So there what we see it in this particular program, that import pandas as PD. So panda has came here, and panda has implemented here as the PD. So as we find it, that we have those pandas, as we are creating those pandas. So each of these structures, each of this particular pattern that we are having and we are constructing. So those the construction, those the part that has been initialized. So we can see it, we can find it, that those the so there what we see there, what we find that we have this particular pattern, and as we are having those pattern, as we are having those structures, so there we find that when we are constructing it, when we are making this particular structure, the first and foremost what we require to create, we require to create one data frame. So how we are creating the data frame? In this particular data frame, we find it that we have given here salary of what? Salary of the salesman. So salesman has been given that what we can find that there is an the name of the salesman has been given here. Okay, those the name of the salesman that we find that we will going to have, and we can construct those particular thing. Then we have given the sales amount, the different type of sales that we have find it those the sales what we are having, and what we are constructing. After that, what we have a quarter that we find that there are the different quarters are there. So see here, 1 1 2 different quarters that has been given it here. As we have given the different quarter, as we find it that there are the different quarters are there, then what is there, the district has been given. Okay, now this total dictionary, this total pattern of dictionary that has been created here, what we are doing, we have to convert this dictionary into a data frame. So how to convert the dictionary into a data frame? What we are doing, df equals to pd dot data frame, then we have given here the salary. So 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 there we have this particular pattern, we have this particular structure. So there when we find it, so we so there what we have this particular data, and we are calling those particular data to be constructed. Okay, so different type of values we have given here, as we have given those different pattern of values, as we have defined those different pattern of values. What we can find it that pd dot data frame, pd dot data frame means what, the salary that we have constructed. Okay, so what is the value of the salary that we find, that we have the salary that is there. That means salary is what? Salary is the name of the dictionary. Salary is the name of the structure that we have constructed. Salary is the name of that particular sections that we have made, isn't it? So as we have made those structures, as we have given those structures, so in this particular structures that we find, in this particular structures that we are having, and we are finding it, we see it that each of this particular pattern, that we find that we have those pattern of structures. So as we find there is a pattern of structure is there, we will going to have it, and we will going to make this particular pattern. Okay, so as we are making those pattern, as we are finding those pattern, so this is the pattern what we have done it, that there we are constructing those pattern, and we have made those patterns. So as we have made those pattern, as we find those pattern, so that each of the pattern, each of the particular part of the pattern that we are constructing here, we are making it here, they will going to have, or they will going to construct that how the structures can be worked, how we find this particular structure can be worked. So there what we have done it, we have converted the total salary pattern, this structure, into a data frame. So what we have done, pd dot data frame salary. Now we have printed the salary. As we have printed the salary, then we slash, we are creating the histogram that we are writing. So how to create the histogram? Pd dot pivot table, that means this table is what, the table is a pivot table. Then we are taking here that df comma index. Okay, df comma index equals to salesman, and value equals to sales dot hist. So as we are constructing this, as we find it, that we will going to have this particular pattern, we are having this particular structure. Let us see what is the output that we can get from here. Now you see the output. In this particular output, what you find, see here, you have seen it, as you know it, the index will come by default, and there are the sales, and different quarters of the sales has been taken. Now based on this particular structure, we can see that we will have, or we will going to create the histogram. That means the output of the particular histogram that we can create on it. So see the histogram. Now see here how those histograms is there, and in this particular histogram, what we find it, see those the sales, and there are the different based on the different structures and different number values, the thing has been constructed and it has been implemented. Okay, as it has been implemented, as you find the thing has been implemented. So each of this particular implementation, each of this particular implementation that we find, that we are having, or we are constructing it, and this the construction, based on that what the output has been created. Okay, now you see the next program. In this program, what you can see, in this program we can see here that to draw the histogram, basically what we are saying, we are taking the monthly sales, different sales, and the numeric column, because we know it, for designing the graph we require a numeric column, numeric values, isn't it? This is what you can see it, that there we have used what in a different way, the hist. Okay, what has been done here, see, import matplot, import pandas as pd, then we have done it, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So as we have done this two, then print slash n. So we are printing this particular slash n, and value of the data frame, what will be the value of this particular data frame is, that is to be constructed. Now sales, we find it that there is a sales amount is there, and so we find that what are the salary salesmen are doing. Here we can see that we There we find it that when we are having a particular pattern, when we are having the particular structure, this is the structure what we have see here, the data frame. That means we are creating here the particular data frame. As we are creating the particular data frame, as we are having those particular data frame is there. This is the data frame what we have see here. Salary is the salesman is there, sales is there, then quarter is there, which quarter, different quarters the sales has been done. As we find that there are the different quarter the sales has been done. Okay, there we find it that when we are having those pattern or structures, these the structures what we find it that what we are doing here, we are making here the pd dot data frame, then salary. Okay, pd dot data frame salary, then print df we are printing it here. So as we are printing the df here, then df dot hist. Okay, df dot hist. What is df dot hist? Df dot hist means that we are giving the particular pattern, or we are giving the particular structure of an histogram. By default what it will going to create the histogram taking only the numerical values. Okay, all the numerical values will going to be taken, and plt dot show color we haven't specified, so we know it that there will be a default color that it will going to have. So there we find it that we have those pattern of structures, and we are using those particular pattern of structures to construct our work, construct the particular frame of the structures that we are making here, isn't it? This is the structures that we are constructing. This is the structures that we find that we are making it here. In each of the cases, on each of the part what we see, what we find that we have here what data pattern, and we are using those data pattern to be worked with. Okay, to be worked with. So as we find that we have a data pattern to be worked with, this is the data pattern that we are making. So each of this particular data pattern that we have, each of this particular data pattern that we are using, and we are making it those the particular phases, those the particular part that we do have or we do maintain. So each of this particular maintaining of the part, each of this particular maintaining of the structures that we do have, that we are working with, we are making them and we are implementing it. Okay, so here what we are creating, actually we are creating a structure. So as we are creating a structures, based on these structures that we find it that when we are making them and when we are implementing those particular pattern, when we are implementing those particular structure, so each of those structures, each of these things we will going to have the implementations, and we will going to find that how the thing can be implemented. That means what we have done here, we have created here the data frame. Okay, we have created here the data frame. After we create the data frame, then we find it that how this particular data frame can be implemented and how this particular data frame can be worked. So those the implementation or those the works that we are doing, we have made it, and we have seen it how the particular structures are there. Now you see here in this particular area what we have created the data frame. Okay, pd dot data frame, as we have called the pd dot data frame. When we find that pd dot data frame is there, pd dot data structures is there. This the particular data frame that we find, this the particular data structures that we find, that we are having those data structures, and we are constructing those data structures. So as we are constructing those data pattern, as we find this particular data pattern is implementable, so we are working on this particular data pattern. Now see the graph. So there you see that particular structure that we have here. What is see here, the quarter, and as we find the quarter is there, as we see the quarter is there. As we find this particular structure is there, so this the particular structures, this the particular part that we are constructing. And so there we find it, there we see it, that when we are having those pattern, when we are having those particular structures, this the particular structure you can see here, that two sections the thing has been done, as we have called it history. It has taken the two values separately and it has graphed it two value in a separate way. So this is the particular pattern, this is the particular structures that we find. This is the particular structures that we find, that we are having those structures, and we are bringing those particular implementation of the pattern. So thank you students, today I am ending my today's session here. Thank you all.